Have you ever wondered why, despite giving it your all, your mind still isn't truly stable amid life's storms? The answer might lie in the daily habits we choose. Sometimes, these daily habits inadvertently become mental shackles, making us prone to stumble and exhaustion. Today, through this video, we will explore 10 Stoic habits that might be weakening your mental strength. This isn't just a comprehensive picture of the hidden weaknesses you need to confront, but also an inspiring invitation for us to start a journey of revival and inner strength reinforcement. This video is an opportunity for us to delve into the nature of these habits, understand why they can be more harmful than beneficial, and together find ways to adjust, turning them into a driving force for greater stability in adversity. We will explore each habit, analyze it deeply to recognize its weaknesses, and find ways to transform them into strengths. Let's together awaken resilience and build an indomitable spirit, not just to cope, but to conquer every challenge that life throws our way. And now, I challenge you not only to watch this video to the end, but also to take each lesson seriously. Each lesson presented is not just advice, but an opportunity for you to change your life. If you are ready to face and overcome these habits, comment, "I accept the challenge" below this video. Show me and our community that you are acting to become stronger every day. Habit number 1. Not expressing yourself. Have you ever felt stuck in the darkness of thoughts and emotions that you couldn't express? Failing to express ourselves is one of the biggest obstacles to our mental and psychological growth. Each of us carries a continuous flow of emotions and thoughts, and hiding them not only creates a feeling of being stuck, but can also lead to serious mental health issues. When we dare to open up, to express ourselves authentically and deeply, we not only free ourselves from psychological burdens, but also open the door to communication, building strong relationships, and deeper understanding with those around us. This requires self-awareness, an effort to recognize and share emotions and thoughts transparently and empathetically. Let's turn to the story of Michael, an IT employee at a large company who always felt insecure and too shy to express his opinions in meetings. For months, he watched as his suggestions were brought up by others and recognized. One day, Michael decided to change. During a crucial meeting about cybersecurity, he boldly proposed a new solution to enhance the security system. When his proposal was accepted and praised, Michael not only felt encouraged, but also realized his value and importance in the team. This not only boosted his confidence, but also strengthened his relationships with colleagues, ushering in a new era of cooperation and mutual respect. Like Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." These words remind us that we have the power to change our mood and attitude through clear expression. Have you ever felt liberated by sharing something heartfelt with someone else? Tell me about a time when opening up helped you feel relieved and more connected. Through each sharing, we not only help ourselves, but also illuminate the path for others to feel connected and understood. Habit number 2, not making time for personal relationships. Personal relationships are like budding flowers with the potential to become something wonderful. But if not carefully nurtured, they will wilt under the harsh sunlight of a busy and indifferent life. Indeed, Stoic philosophy teaches us not only about self-restraint and self-sufficiency, but also emphasizes the importance of nurturing these close connections, turning them into a source of strength to overcome adversity. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "Choose as a guide one whom you will admire more when you see him act than when you hear him speak." This statement echoes the profound idea that we cannot become complete without interacting and learning from others. The Bible also teaches us to love one another as God has loved us. This love is not only expressed through words, but also through spending time and effort on each other. Neglecting personal relationships can make us feel lonely and isolated, leading to both mental and emotional depletion. Instead, nurturing these relationships through sharing, listening, and supporting not only brings warmth, but also helps us grow as individuals. The method to maintain and develop relationships is not complicated. It starts with practicing genuine care and taking time to understand and share in daily life. Kindness and a willingness to help others in difficult times also strengthen these bonds. Ultimately, the benefits of nurturing relationships are undeniable. This connection not only helps us overcome difficulties, but also brings joy and peace to our hearts. So, how much time have you spent with your loved ones recently? Let this question be a reminder of the importance of nurturing sincere emotions among people in our journey toward maturity and happiness. Each day, we choose an attitude to face the world. However, not every choice leads us to peace or success. Some habits, like invisible ghosts, silently pull us back at every step in this challenging race. Join me as we explore the next habit to find answers to the question, are we creating barriers for ourselves? Habit number 3, having a negative mindset. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, with his timeless wisdom, once stated a profoundly resonant quote, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." Through this advice, Marcus Aurelius not only conveyed a perspective on self-mastery, but also affirmed that our attitudes and thoughts directly shape the quality and direction of the life we experience. By embracing and nurturing an extreme viewpoint, we inadvertently confine ourselves within a restrictive mold, where failure becomes not only close, but seemingly inevitable. This extremity leads us to execute scenarios where variables could surpass insurmountable barriers, and opportunities for growth turn into dead ends with no escape. When negative thinking becomes an inseparable part of our daily thought process, we not only lose the ability to see the value and potential in challenging situations, but refuse to accept the personal power we have to transform them. Throughout the journey of life, our attitudes and personal perspectives can become guiding lights or invisible barriers. The habit of nurturing a negative mindset not only limits personal growth, but also corrodes the spirit, leading to a life filled with stagnation and misery. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "Our lives are colored by our attitudes." By adopting a negative viewpoint, we frame ourselves in a mold where failure is an unavoidable outcome. Have you ever wondered, would your world change if you changed how you view it? For example, an old friend suddenly does not reply to your messages. A negative mindset might lead you to think they no longer care about you, while a positive mindset would suggest they might be busy and need some space. This shift in perspective not only helps us reduce stress, but also opens up a life full of hope and opportunities. This renewal is an invitation for us not to be subdued by negative thoughts, but to transform them into thoughts that bring strength, peace, and perfection. Changing from a negative to a positive mindset is a necessary and crucial step in any self-improvement journey, helping individuals not only overcome challenges, but also grow strongly and sustainably. By doing so, we not only improve our own lives, but also spread positivity to the community around us, creating a better world. The transition from negative to positive thinking is not just a choice. It is a journey where every step brings us closer to the true nature of happiness and success. As Marcus Aurelius advised, use every event and every emotion as an opportunity to apply and practice wisdom, calmness, and perseverance. Share with us, how have you changed from a negative to a positive mindset in your life? Your story could inspire others. Please leave a comment below, and let's create a community of optimism and mutual support. Everyone has unforgettable memories, moments deeply embedded in the mind. But have you ever wondered if clinging to the past is hindering your progress forward? How can we let go of the days gone by and open a new chapter in life, full of potential and strength? Let's explore together. Habit number 4. Dwelling on the past. Dwelling in the past is a habit many people fall into, but it can lead to a psychologically weak and unhappy life. Stoic philosophy not only points out that this is an unhealthy lifestyle, but also provides us with tools to break free from this negative cycle. When dwelling on the past, we often focus on regrets, mistakes, or things that did not go as planned. This not only hinders our ability to enjoy the present, but also prevents personal growth. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Look back over the past, with its changing empires that rose and fell, and you can foresee the future too." This is a reminder that the present is where we can truly make a difference. So, how can we break free from this habit? The first step is to be acutely aware of our thoughts and emotions. When you start feeling pulled into the past, stop and ask yourself, what in this present moment might I be missing out on by being preoccupied with the past. This helps redirect your attention to the present moment and its potential. We all face many challenges, from societal opposition to serious personal difficulties. During such times, they rely on biblical teachings for strength and guidance. Specifically, when a community member loses a loved one or faces a severe illness, instead of letting the past and these difficulties dictate their lives, they focus on teachings about patience, compassion, and faith in a promising future that God has prepared for the faithful. This not only helps them overcome challenges, but also strengthens their belief that the past does not determine their future, opening up a lifestyle that is positive and oriented towards new possibilities. Breaking free from the past is not just a quick or easy process through acceptance, awareness, and focusing on what can be controlled. Instead, we can begin a journey toward a stronger and more meaningful spiritual life. The teachings of Stoicism and the understanding of the importance of living in the present are valuable inspirations that help us move forward. We often experience storms, rains of injustice, and winds of disappointment, and sometimes we complain about external forces, things beyond our control. But Stoicism teaches us a valuable lesson. Strength lies in recognizing and accepting, not in blaming. Let's explore how stopping complaints about things beyond our control can change your life. Habit number 5. Complaining about things outside your control. Complaining about things beyond our control is a habit that can easily become a part of our daily lives. However, according to Stoic philosophy, this is a harmful habit that weakens our minds because it wastes energy on things we cannot change. The philosopher Epictetus once said, "Don't concern yourself with other people's business." This is a powerful reminder to focus on what we can control, including our reactions and actions. Accepting life with all its ups and downs is a core principle of Stoicism. Life is a series of unpredictable events and continuous challenges. Yet, it is in how we face and respond to these challenges that our character and mental strength are demonstrated. The Lord also teaches that we should not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will take care of itself. This teaching is not just advice on living in the present, but also a reminder to let things unfold according to His plan. To free ourselves from the habit of complaining and develop a strong spirit, we need to focus on accepting what cannot be changed and concentrate on the positive actions we can take. When we realize that we have the power to control our responses to any situation, we begin to develop the mental strength to overcome any challenge without complaining. This process requires self-awareness and perseverance, but it also brings true mental freedom. By recognizing and abandoning unnecessary complaints, we not only save energy, but can also use that energy for more meaningful purposes. This not only enriches our own lives, but also helps us make a positive difference to those around us. Ultimately, practicing these principles not only reduces unnecessary complaints, but also helps us develop a calm, confident, and strong spirit. This not only improves the quality of our own lives, but also has a positive impact on those around us. As Epictetus said, when we change ourselves, we change the world. I want to take a moment to thank all of you for joining us on this halfway journey of discovery. Your participation and companionship make this journey richer. As we continue, I invite you to challenge yourself by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and staying with us to the end. There is much more we need to learn about the power of response and the peace that comes from within. Let's embrace these lessons together. Habit number 6. Worrying about what others say and do. Caring about what others think of you is perhaps one of the natural occurrences we often encounter in life. However, sometimes it can be difficult to be yourself when you are always trying to change to fit everyone's perception. Have you ever felt tired and stressed because of what people around say about you? Have you ever strived to be more perfect to please everyone? Have you ever endured the suffocating feeling of constantly remembering the words and looks others give you? Certainly, each of us has experienced this feeling to some extent. So, what can be done to overcome others' perceptions and be yourself? In this context, Stoic philosophy offers a fresh perspective on freeing oneself from the pressures of others. Focusing on the opinions of others not only causes you to lose control of your own life, but also limits your ability to develop personally. Indeed, constantly worrying about how others see you is a major barrier to personal freedom and autonomy. Stoic philosophers encourage us to recognize and differentiate between what is important to us and what is expected by others. This helps us let go of unnecessary desires and move towards a more meaningful life, where peace and happiness do not depend on the opinions of outsiders. When you start shifting your focus from worrying about others' opinions to improving yourself and taking meaningful actions, you not only strengthen your mental resilience, but also find true freedom. By letting go of concerns about how others view you, we are shedding an unnecessary burden, freeing ourselves from mental constraints that offer no benefit. Have you ever felt controlled by the opinions of others? Could freeing yourself from these thoughts provide you with the freedom and confidence you deserve? Reflect and share your thoughts. Each of us is always in a state of blaming others for the difficulties we face. But is this really how we overcome challenges, or just an invisible wall blocking our path? When you face a challenge, do you stop and ask yourself, what have I done to bring myself here? Learn about how blaming others is not only futile, but also weakens us. Habit number 7. Blaming others for your problems. Whether you succeed or fail in life is up to you. Don't let bad habits keep you from changing your life. Time and again, you procrastinate on ideas, shrink back in fear, or blame your circumstances, doubting yourself, and not daring to take responsibility. If you continue to live this way, don't wonder why your life is full of failures. Do you want to wake up at 5 a.m. to have more time for important tasks? Do you want to be the best in your field, become a billionaire and achieve great success. You want all this, but there's always a force that holds you back. Whenever you come up with an idea, a persistent voice from deep inside whispers to you that you're not capable. But the main issue is not the circumstances around you. In reality, the habit of blaming others for your difficulties and failures not only weakens your spirit, but also prevents your development. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This emphasizes that true power lies in how you choose to face and handle situations. For example, you face a problem at work, and instead of finding a solution, you blame your colleagues or superiors. This not only affects relationships in the workplace, but also prevents you from learning and growing from these challenges. In the Bible, the Lord also teaches us about the importance of forgiveness and freedom from resentment. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Luke chapter 6, verse 37. This is a core principle that helps free oneself from the burden of blame and negativity. By accepting and learning from each situation, we not only become stronger, but also wiser in shaping our life experiences and journeys. This is a valuable lesson that Stoicism wants us to remember and apply every day. We're curious to know, have you ever found inner strength by stopping the blame on others and starting to view problems from the perspective of personal responsibility? Share your story and insights in the comments. Habit number 8, trying to control everything. If you worry that you are controlling everything too much, you are likely expecting everyone and everything in your life to act according to a certain standard. You might feel uncomfortable when an important person, friend, or colleague does not do exactly what you want, or when a meeting, a party, or a random Sunday does not go exactly as planned. If you always feel the need to manage every little detail to ensure everything is perfect and the way you want it, then it's time to relax, step back, and accept that you can't control everything. Once you do that, you'll find it much more comfortable not to try to control, and instead let things happen. In Stoic philosophy, giving up the need to control everything is not only a liberating act, but also an important step towards achieving inner peace. This not only reduces exhaustion, but also lessens frustration when life does not go according to our plans. Over-controlling not only weakens the spirit, but also creates a feeling of helplessness, as though we are fighting against the whole world. However, giving up control does not mean abandoning responsibility or not caring about one's life. It is a profound realization of the limits of personal influence. This reminds us that not everything is within our control, and that placing our trust in a higher power can free us from the burden of having to control everything. Focusing on mindfulness and living in the present helps us recognize what is truly important and let go of what we cannot control. Have you ever felt frustrated because things did not go according to your plan? Could you find peace by accepting that not everything can be controlled? This question helps us reflect on life in the way that the Stoics taught, not to dominate, but to understand and accept it as it is. This practice not only brings tranquility, but also leads to real strength and freedom. When we learn to let go, we truly enjoy every moment of our lives and our relationships, realizing that true freedom comes from acceptance, not control. Many of us find a haven in a dreamy world, where dreams are woven into flawless scripts. However, the gap between dreams and reality can be as wide as a chasm. While dreaming is not inherently bad, when we use it to escape rather than confront and shape our future, we lose our power. Habit number 9. Fantasizing instead of visualizing. In Stoic philosophy, the distinction between imagination and realistic visualization is crucial. When we allow ourselves to indulge in uncontrolled fantasies, those thoughts can become invisible threads pulling us away from the present and reality. Imagination without a clear purpose often leads to disappointment and sadness because the things we dream of rarely materialize. Conversely, realistic visualization is an important skill that Stoics cultivate to achieve goals and face challenges. When visualizing, we focus on planning and preparing for potential outcomes, which allows us to reduce surprises and enhance our ability to recover. For example, consider a business person aspiring to expand their business. Instead of merely dreaming of a successful business empire without a clear plan, they use realistic visualization to identify specific steps needed, recognize potential risks, and prepare solutions. This not only helps minimize disappointment, but also improves their chances of achieving their goals. The mental flexibility to overcome the habit of unrealistic imagination and the role of mindfulness in recognizing and adjusting thoughts are also crucial points. Mindfulness helps us gain a clear awareness of the present and move towards more positive and realistic visualizations. Thus, we not only equip ourselves to face reality, but also seek the right direction in life. Habit number 10. Letting your emotions. Consider the moments when anger, fear, or sadness have clouded your judgment. These are the times when decisions made in haste often lead to regret. Stoicism doesn't advocate for suppressing emotions, but encourages a pause for reflection to allow reason to guide our responses. This pause is crucial. It's the space where we can choose not to be slaves to our passions, but to master our fate. But how do we achieve this balance? It starts with self-awareness. Recognize when your emotions are surging and ask yours, what is this feeling trying to tell me? By understanding our emotions, we can address our needs and concerns without letting those emotions dictate our actions. Furthermore, prayer or meditation can be an effective Stoic practice. It allows for a moment of reflection and tranquility, providing the necessary mental clarity to respond rather than react. This spiritual engagement enriches the process, aligning our emotional responses with our deepest values. Now, reflecting on your own experiences, When do you feel most at peace? Is it when you act on impulse, or when you respond with careful consideration, perhaps after seeking divine guidance? This question invites us to explore not only the theory of emotional control, but also its practical application and spiritual essence in daily life. By fostering dialogue between Stoic wisdom and faith in God, we can find a deeper sense of peace and resilience. In this synthesis of philosophy and spirituality, we discover that our greatest strength lies not in the fervor of emotion, but in our ability to understand, temper, and use them to enrich our lives and the lives of others. In the light of Stoic philosophy, we realize that mental strength is not just a condition, but also a choice. Ask yourself, which of these habits have you had? And what habits would you change to live more fully with the Stoic spirit? Please share your thoughts and answers in the comments section. Don't forget to like and share this video if you find it useful. And please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss profound videos about daily life philosophy by continuing to watch the next videos shown at the end of today's video. Together, we learn and grow more sustainably.